The Black Picasso cleaning up the sport of boxing, speaking facts over the gossip. Haters all up in the comments. I ain't here to be liked, but smash that like and noti button. We don't sugarcoat nothing, just healthy boxing discussions. Thriller, painting these pictures oh so vivid. Applying Duke, Coach K, that straight full court pressure. Only God could judge me, so tell these chumps ducking smoke. Remember one thing that the boxing guys don't like: ugly. Shut out Big Fish and everybody that joins the panel. For all my new supporters, sub to the channel. Like Floyd say, it's easy work. That bait jab with that left hook send them straight to sleep. Experts, we the experts. We never sugarcoat. Tune in to Black Picasso. Sit back, enjoy the show. Enjoy the show.
Now, before I get into what I'm about to get into, I just want to make sure that each and every one of you guys hit that like or dislike button. And don't forget to put some motherfucking Coach K, Duke, full court pressure on that sub button if you're new to the channel. And be sure to ring that noti bell so you can be notified via email each and every time your boy Thriller, a.k.a. Ham Rothstein, a.k.a. the Black Picasso, because I paint these pictures so vividly with my words on the sport of boxing whenever I feel like it. And once again, fight fans, ladies and gents, welcome back. Now, first things first, man, shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on my Facebook channel, my Twitter channel, my Twitch channel, and as always, my YouTube channel. Make sure y'all drop a comment in the chat and let me know who up in this bitch. Also, shout out to the playback game, because I do understand it is kind of late. So some of you might be checking out this video in the morning when you're at the gym on your way to work, or if you're in the gym right now getting your reps in, man, salute, salute, salute. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for pulling up with your boy Thriller, a.k.a. the Black Picasso tonight. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I cannot regurgitate that enough. So YouTube can send out them post notifications. That gets the algorithms up, so your boy Thriller would be more accessible so the channel can grow. Now, let me go ahead and get into what I'm about to get into, because I don't plan on holding y'all for too long. So you see the name of the title, right? It says Keith Thurman is still trying to duck Terence Crawford. And let me put this shit in perfect perspective for you guys. Let me go ahead and paint some pictures. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been 931 days since Keith Thurman last stepped foot in the boxing ring. Hold on, let me remove this shit, y'all. Hold on. But yeah, it's been 931 days, right? Since Keith one-time Thurman last stepped foot in the boxing ring. I mean, it's been 931 days. And Keith Thurman hadn't fought since he lost to the living legend, the boxing icon, the fucking senator, the boxing philanthropist, and Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. So let me get this straight. Keith Thurman's first fight back after, 931 days, right, is going to be going up against Mario Barrios on pay-per-view for $74.99. The same Mario Barrios who just got world starred by Tank Davis at 140 pounds, who is now campaigning at 135 pounds again. I mean, let that shit sink in real quick for a second or two, fight fans. Like, really? Like, is this what the sport of boxing is coming to, man? Because kudos to Mario Barrios for stepping up to the plate and accepting the challenge of a Keith Thurman, who is naturally the bigger guy because he's a natural 147-pounder, right? So he gets a ton of respect for your boy Thriller. I get it. But on the flip side, I'm not giving Keith Thurman any fucking credit for this old lopsided ass, punk ass matchup, because I can make a legitimate argument, right, that Keith Thurman is primarily responsible for the culture that is in place at 147 pounds right now, y'all. With all these fucking dunks. I mean, Keith Thurman started this shit. Let's just keep it a buck. Somebody drop something in the chat and let your boy Thriller know if I'm reaching like Scottie Pippen. But I feel like, in my personal opinion, Keith Thurman started this shit. Keith Thurman is solely responsible for creating this toxic boxing environment that we are living in right now as fight fans, you know, the real bosses of boxing around the globe who love these fighters, who support the sport, you know, but we get screwed and messed over and shit. And I am so jealous of all of the fans and followers of the UFC because them niggas get the fights they want to see when they want to see them. You can say what you want about Dana White, but at least the nigga make the fights. At least he makes the fights. I'm talking about stacked cards, stacked undercards, and I don't know shit about the UFC. I'm not even going to sit up here and portray and act like I do. But it's back to the topic, because to me, Keith Thurman, right? He is the alpha and the omega when it comes to ducking in this generation of boxing, especially when it comes to the welterweights. And don't even get me started on his arch nemesis in Errol Spence. I mean, because these niggas are running neck and neck. I mean, how many videos do I have on Errol Spence talking about he's ducking Terence, Bud, Crawford? But basically, Errol Spence took whatever Keith Thurman was doing to him and basically just put his own little spin and twist to it. He remixed that shit, and he started using that shit and applying that towards a Terence, Bud, Crawford. But in my honest opinion, Keith Thurman is responsible for whatever thing that fucking Errol Spence has been doing as of late. But now all of a sudden, Keith Thurman, this nigga, when I was watching the Fight Hype interviews, right? And Keith Thurman, all of a sudden, he want to play stupid at these pressers, acting like, oh shit, Errol Spence hates him. I mean, but nigga, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't Errol Spence hate you? Because you were the one holding up the fucking unification fight that us fight fans all wanted to see versus Errol Spence by monkey-footing around. You understand what I'm saying? Thinking you was Floyd Money Mayweather, gassing everybody up, telling everybody in Errol Spence that he ain't a big enough draw yet, even though, you know, Errol Spence, you got the IBF belt. I don't want to fight Errol for one belt. I want to fight for 3 belts. Boom, boom. I mean, this is the type of shit that Keith Thurman was saying in order to avoid and duck a fight with Errol Spence. And we all know, if you follow the sport of boxing, that Keith Thurman and Errol Spence are managed by the same guy in Al Heyman. They are both with the PBC. So there is absolutely no reason for that fight have to not happen by now. It's been how many years since we've been asking for that fight? Errol Spence was asking for that fight before he had a belt. Errol Spence was asking for that fight once he got a belt. And Keith Thurman just kept moving the fucking goalpost. Just kept moving the fucking goalpost. He just kept kicking the can down the road. He kept going from one stipulation to the next. He was on his Vince McMahon shit, right? Playing matchmaker and saying this and the fight need to be built up and I want to make a certain amount of money. He was saying all this whole shit whenever it came to Errol Spence. But he was begging for fights with Floyd and Manny Pacquiao, which I understand it. I get it. He was looking for the payday. You know, the payday in my Canelo voice, right? The nigga was looking for the big payday. And he kept saying, I got an O and I ain't afraid to let it go. Well, nigga, you had a young and primed, hungry, ferocious Errol Spence Jr. on your fucking heels. Every time you looked up, Errol Spence was like a shadow. He was on your back. He was on your neck. Talking about a fucking fight. He was saying things like, oh, well, every time we about to fight, Keith Thurman gonna get hurt. Or I don't think we're ever going to fight. I mean, he was saying this shit to Keith Thurman's face. And Keith Thurman just kept blowing smoke up everybody's ass. But I digress on that point. So that's why I don't understand for the life of me why the supporters of Errol Spence will turn around and give Errol Spence a pass for doing the same shit that Keith Thurman was doing to Errol. I mean, the shit is mind-boggling to me, y'all. It's so befuddling. It makes absolutely no sense to me. It makes no sense to me, y'all. Y'all let me know in the chat. Somebody drop something in the chat. As a matter of fact, can y'all please hit that like button? Please, please, please. I got 21 people in here with 19 likes. Can the other 2 people please hit the like button if you are enjoying the show? Even if you're not enjoying the show, please hit the like button. Don't be rude. Please don't be rude. But back to what I was saying. So, of course, Errol Spence is going to feel a certain type of way about fighting you now that he's the man. Now he's the nigga with the 2 straps, right? And you to cut out the ponytail. I mean, you done just lost your whole mojo. Nigga ain't fought in damn near 3 years. He ain't fought in 3 years ever since Manny Pacquiao kicked his ass. But now all of a sudden, he feel like a fight with Mario Barrios, which was deemed by the WBA as a title eliminator fight. How? I don't fucking know why or how that was even able to happen. Maybe that was Al Heyman once again in the PBC. behind closed doors, pulling strings and shit, dropping big bags to position his fighters to continue to X Terence Crawford out, right? So I don't know what the fuck is going on in the sport of boxing right now, but don't just sit up here and try to act like, oh, you don't understand what's going on, trying to use reverse psychology. You don't understand what I'm saying? Because the shit ain't gonna work, Keith. I am not, and I repeat, not falling for the goddamn Dwayne Wade pump fake. Because like I said before, and I say it again, and you niggas know my slogan, and if you sub up to my channel, I always say this shit. But the boxing gods don't like ugly. They don't like ugly. So don't sit up here and try to cry wolf and act retarded and stupid as to like, oh, I don't know why Earl don't want to fight me. Nigga, you know why? Because you was acting like a fucking diva. You were acting like a prima donna. You were doing everything you claim Floyd Money Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao was doing to you at the time towards an Errol Spence. So if I'm Errol Spence and I got 2 straps and I'm going on to get my 3rd strap from Yordanis Ugas, and if I just so happen to get past him, I'm not even thinking about making a fight with no goddamn Keith Thurman, especially not after all the bullshit he took me through, because I'm going to be honest. We may have had Undisputed by now if it wasn't for Keith Thurman holding up the division with those goddamn belts, because he didn't want to unify with Errol Spence. And that just further prolonged the unification between Earl and Terence Bud Crawford. You understand what I'm saying? So that's another way to look at this shit. And speaking of Terence Bud Crawford, did you guys hear what Keith Thurman had to say right after the fight with Terence Bud Crawford had with Sean Porter, right? Let me remind you. Let me pull this shit up, right? So Keith Thurman took it upon himself. Hold on, y'all. Let me remove this shit. Hold on. Fucking mouse. All right, bet. So Keith Thurman took it upon himself to come out via Twitter and to state this about the fight with Terence Bud Crawford and Sean Porter. He said, and I quote, hold on, where is she at? He said, and I quote, okay, he said, I'm going to be getting back in the ring shortly. I'll be more than happy and more than willing to step in the ring with Bud Crawford next summer. Thurman said in a recent interview, I'm willing to fight Crawford 8 months from now. End quote. Now, we already know Bud's response to that. I think he went on the Welterweight podcast and he said something to the effect of, just to paraphrase him, he was like, well, this just goes to show that you ain't got no confidence in yourself, because why do we have to wait 8 months? Let's go ahead and make the fight now, right? But Keith Thurman was at the press conference yesterday, and I took a lot of sound bites, and I'm not going to show the clips because I don't want to get flagged, but I want y'all to listen to this shit. Hold on, where is shit at? Okay, so this is what he said whenever he was asked about the potential matchup between Terence Crawford and himself. Now, mind you, I just read some shit where he went out of his way to call out Terence Crawford. Crawford didn't call him out after he sent Sean Porter to sleep experts. He called Bud out. So this was his response yesterday. DJ, roll that clip.
Crawford said that you don't have confidence in yourself, and that's why you don't want to fight him next.
First off, we don't really care what Crawford says. Crawford's in a lawsuit with Bob Arum. Crawford don't know what to do, where to focus on making money at the end of the day. Crawford should know that it's simple. They came to me with a whack proposal, never put it in writing like I asked. Write it up. Stop playing, Bob. We don't care about you anymore anyways. Crawford don't care about you anymore anyways. But write it up, send it to me. It never happened, so it never happened. Who got a written contract? Sean Porter. Who got the fight with Crawford? Sean Porter. End of story.
So you good with that fight happening next, though?
I don't care.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you heard what the reporter just asked him. He said, are you good with that fight happening next? Meaning the fight between Keith Thurman and Terence Crawford, if he were to get past Mario Barrios this Saturday. Roll that clip.
This is what I do for a living. I just love to fight. You know, we were amateurs once upon a time. I used to do this for a trophy. I used to do it for a medal. I used to fight to make my mama and my daddy proud. Now I get to feed my family. So yeah, at the end of the day, maybe there's another fight. WBC said this is a title eliminator to a title eliminator. First off, WBC, Keith Thurman relinquished the belt. Okay,
you see, this is one of the reasons why, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just shaking my motherfucking head right now, man. I get a migraine listening to Keith Thurman talk because I hate it when a stupid nigga try to play so smart. Like, my nigga, I asked you a specific question. Are you okay with the fight, with that fight being next between you and Terence Crawford? I didn't ask you nothing about your amateur background. I didn't ask you about winning trophies or you was fighting for your mother and your father. I didn't ask you none of that. I specifically asked you, are you willing to face Terence Bud Crawford next? And notice how his energy shifted from that to talking about some shit that the reporter did not ask him, which is why I am not interested in interviewing none of these fighters, man, because if I got to kiss ass to get an interview, then I don't want to do the fucking interview. I'm not going to be fake. You understand what I'm saying? Just to get some extra publicity or just to stroke these niggas' egos, because if that were me, your boy E-Thriller, aka the Black Picasso, if I were interviewing Keith Thurman right here, I would have said, well, nigga, that's all fine and dandy, but I didn't ask you this shit. I mean, no disrespect, Keith. I specifically asked you, do you want to fight Bud next? It's a yes or no answer, period. But roll that clip.
You have to come to me and strip me of my world title. I gave the belt back to you. Why? Man, I let you make more money. WBC, whoever your presidential WBC, Keith Thurman let you make more money. I gave up the belt so that you can go tax somebody else and go be with somebody else. That's still my belt. Pacquiao beat me, but nobody stripped me of the WBC. So first off, WBC, ABC, WBA, what? The alphabet boys, they need to figure that stuff out. I'm a champion. Period.
Now, but
Okay, so fight fans, hold on, y'all. I want to ask y'all a serious question. I'm not even being facetious. I'm not trying to be funny, man. Like, honest to God, what did that have to do with anything that the reporter asked him? What did the WBC taking his belt from him, stripping him? What did that have to do with him fighting Terence Crawford next, who has the WBO strap? I'll wait. I will fucking wait. Keith Thurman. This is why I titled this video, Keith Thurman is still trying to duck a fight with Terence Bud Crawford. And the shit is just disgusting. I mean, I just want to throw up listening to Keith Thurman because the nigga just want to talk like we so stupid, like we don't pay attention to what he's saying, because I don't know if you know this or not, Keith Thurman, but I am the king of using a motherfucking words against him. I will whoop a nigga's ass with his own fucking words because I am a hell of a listener. So you can't sell me on no bullshit, Keith, one time Thurman. All you had to do was say, yeah, I'll fight him, or no, I'm looking to fight, the winner between Ugas and Earl Spence. You understand what I'm saying? But he wouldn't even say that. He just deflected. He played Darrell Reeves, and he turned into a cornerback instead of a boxer and started talking about some other shit that didn't nobody ask him. I don't see how them reporters do it, bro. I really don't, y'all. But drop something in the chat and let me know if your boy Thriller tripping. But did Keith Thurman ever answer the goddamn question? But what about this interview? Let's talk about this one, right? Hold on. This was right after, right? Terence Bud Crawford sent Sean Porter the sleep experts. Let's roll this clip. Hold on, y'all. Let's roll this shit.
I'm fighting a lot more. It's a passion. It's a dream. It's for the family. It's for you. It's for you. It's for the fans. It's for the network. It's for everybody. It's for everybody. All right? I don't got to be a champ. I don't got to have a belt. I eat better without a belt. I stay hungry without a belt. It's okay, though, because we're going to be right back on top. Come on, look at it again. What time is it? What time is it? Ain't nobody here. Ain't nobody here but the champ. Ain't nobody here. Yeah. Oh, we coming back. We coming back. Oh, bro, trust. It's a lot more than talk. Ask anybody who's been in the ring with Keith Thurman, man. I've been out here, been doing things. Been in the game. The toughest fight for anybody. Anybody. Trust. Believe. If you don't believe, I'm going to turn you into believers.
I'm sorry, Keith. I don't believe nothing you say. I mean, I'm just going to throw that out there. I feel like Jay-Z, we don't believe you. We need more people. Nigga, it's been 931 days. What the fuck you talking about? You been out here. Ask anybody who's been in the ring. But Keith, nigga, you ain't been in the ring in 931 days. Like, God, what the fuck is he talking about?
Look, man. Salute to my boy Sean, man. Shoot, I went to sleep after the fight. That was a late fight. ESPN, what y'all doing? East Coast people, man, I'm 33. I'm about to go to bed nowadays. I can't even watch these fights no more. You know what I mean? But I had to see it. I had to watch Bud do what he said he was going to do. Come bring that fire. Stop a man that ain't never been stopped. Didn't put him down once, put him down twice. You know? It is what it is, man. It's inspiring. It's inspirational. You woke me up. You woke me up. I'm in here. I've been working. Hour on the spin bike.
Notice how Keith Thurman just said ESPN, the fight came on too late. I normally go to sleep earlier than that. But then he double backs and say, I've been in the gym. I've been working. I've been here. Look at what time it is. I mean, the nigga is just the king of double talking. What can I say about Keith Thurman, man? But then the nigga want to turn around and play the victim role and act like he don't know why Earl Spence don't want to fight him. Like, nigga, you was ducking. Nigga, you was ducking. You was responsible for all of this bullshit that's going on at 147 right now. And then you want to act like you don't know who Boots is. Then you want to come back and fight a fucking junior light like a 140 pounder and fucking Mario Barrios. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? But let me read some of these comments, man. Shout out to everybody in this bitch, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button when you pull up. Please, please, please hit that like button. I got 33 people in here with 30 likes. Please hit the like button. But back to the comments I go. Let me see. Let me start from the top. Let's see. Hold on. Shout out to my boy Zoe Life 813. He said, man, Keith making Clearwater and Tampa look bad. His ducking hit different. Replay King catching in the AM. I appreciate that, my brother. I really do. Hey, yo, make sure y'all see this right here, this comment. My dog B-Mac, man, y'all already know what time it is. He just started his YouTube channel, man. Make sure y'all click on this link in this description right here. I'm going to also put it in the playback. Make sure y'all go sub up to my dog B-Mac, man. He's going to be dropping videos. He's going to be doing lives. Basically, the same shit I'm doing and then some, man. Make sure y'all go support my dog B-Mac in the motherfucking building. Click on that link, y'all, and go sub up. Let me see. What's popping, Eric 1984? He said, how the fuck Keith going to have a welterweight fight with 10-ounce gloves and charge $74.99 for pay-per-view? I can't wait to stream this fight. Facts. Big facts. I read that story. So they not using 8-ounce gloves. They using 10-ounce gloves. And I'm guessing Keith Thurman is the one that wants to use 10-ounce gloves. I mean, are you kidding me? Shit is a joke. What's popping to my boy Bo, man? I see you. He said, salute E3. What's popping? Salute. I appreciate you for tapping in. Shout out to my boy Joseph, man. He said, once again, it's on. Salute. What's popping? Salute. Shout out to my dog, Davy John, man. He said, Mr. Picasso, my guy been checking for this since I got the notification. Hey, man, I appreciate that, bro. And thank God for YouTube sending out the goddamn notifications. Let me take some drink, y'all. Because I've been getting a lot of people saying they ain't been getting my notifications. So I don't know what's up with that shit, but it is what it is. Salute to Davy John. Shout out to Ron Finkley. I see you in the building. What's popping? Shout out to my boy Bleak M, man. He said 3, what's happening? I'm back, Dirty. We already know they don't want no smoke. Facts. Big facts. Shout out to Mr. Golden. He said, what's up, my brothers? Tell my man B-Mac, I said, congratulations on those page. And I already hit that subscribe button. Hey, man, make sure you ring that noti bell, too. Make sure you ring that noti bell. Salute to B-Mac. Salute the Dragon Leg. I see you. He said, what up, chat? What's popping? Raheem, I see you. He said, the Black Picasso, always with the facts. Hey, man, I really appreciate that, my brother. I mean, somebody dropped something in the chat and let me know if I was capping about Keith Thurman, but Keith Thurman started this shit. As far as this whole new generation at 147 pounds that's on their way out the door, Keith Thurman set the precedence of ducking. He started it with Earl, and then it trickled down from him to Earl, and now Earl is ducking Terence Crawford. This shit is just a never-ending cycle. But then Keith Thurman want to turn around and play the victim and try to weasel his way back in to get title shots. But nigga, you wasn't fighting for the fans whenever you had the belts. You ain't give a shit about the fans. So this whole little soliloquy that you went on in that video I just played earlier, right, means absolutely nothing to me because you didn't live by them fucking words that you was preaching, talking about, oh, I got an O, and I ain't afraid to let it go. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. Ronald said he lost to an old boy. Hopefully he don't lose to a youngin'. Hey, man, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if Mario Barrios pulls off an upset. I wouldn't be mad at all because, honestly, Keith Thurman, I thought I liked the guy, but I really don't because I don't like niggas that's full of shit. I don't. I really don't. I like honest and stand-up guys. But that's just me personally. Hold on, y'all. Sipping on my margarita. Hold on. My wife made me a bum ass margarita tonight, y'all. But anyway, back to the topic. Ron said, keep stuck in the shadow realm. Yeah, man. Raheem said 100. I appreciate that. Bleak said, is it me or PBC announcer dude be trying hard to use his Latin accent? Can't stand to hear dude talk. I turned off the press conference. Yeah, I didn't even watch the whole press conference. I just watched the shit after the press conference. Ron said, yep, it was all on Keith. Once he realized them body shots hit different at welterweight. Facts. Big facts. I love that comment, Ron. Salute. What's popping to my boy, Baby Juju? He said, salute E3 in the motherfucking chat. I appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. I really do. Oh, shout out to my boy, Lee Cannon. He said, what up, E-Thriller? I used to be a fan of Keith Thurman until I seen he was full of cap. Big facts. Real big facts. Ron said, we witnessed Keith Thurman ice skating in fights. Yeah, man. Keith don't like getting touched up to that body. That body punch from Josecito Lopez, man. Hey, man, that shit did some fucking life-threatening damages. You understand what I'm saying? So I totally agree. Mr. Golden said, E, did you see that shit about Mikey Garcia calling Bud out? This shit is funny. Man, first of all, fuck Mikey Garcia. The nigga didn't want to fight when he had belts and when he was moving up. He skipped up to fight Errol Spence, right? He didn't want no parts of Bud because he said he didn't like his style and he was a boring fighter and he moved too much. But now you want to fight the nigga. I mean, what has changed, Mikey? Could it be that you just lost to a fucking journeyman? I forgot the nigga name he lost to. But now you want to fight Bud. Man, nigga, knock it off. Knock it the fuck off. Dragon Leg said big facts. What up, Jay Cooley? I see. What's popping? Ron said them are girdle belts. Yeah, man. Ron also said Spence wear his belts to the bingo. Hey, man. He said he got sparkles and tassels on his girdle belts. Spence has gotten the longest pass in boxing history, holding belts hostage. Well, yeah, you can say that too. And then you also got to factor in the injuries as well, or, you know, the fake injuries, however you want to look at it. But Keith Thurman is up there, bro, because Keith Thurman was holding up that unification with Errol Spence. So we got to kind of give them both some blame. But yeah, I'm not going to argue with you about that. He said, do the math. How many times Spence fought compared to Terence Crawford when holding a major belt? I'll wait. That's a good fucking question. I'll fucking wait. I'm going to leave that up there. Good question. Hey, yo, man, make sure y'all smash that like button. I got 43 people in here with 34 likes. Can the other 10 people please hit the like button? Please, 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 please hit the like button. Back to the comments I go. Ron said, is this bitch nigga Thurman a lawyer? I don't know, bro. Let me see. Who else up in this bitch? Shout out to my boy Toby, man. He said, salute E-Thriller in the chat. I appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. Shout out to my niggas in the UK. Shout out to my niggas in the UK. Mr. Golden said, hold on. He said, he is full of shit. When he had the belts, he wasn't talking that shit about fighting Bud. Now he running his mouth. He's just trying to draw some attention to his fight that's coming up. I totally agree. So I would like to pose a question for everybody that's watching this live stream and the niggas in the playback. Ladies and gents, do y'all think Keith Thurman out here clout chasing? Do y'all think Keith Thurman is out here clout chasing off of Errol Spence and Terence Bud Crawford? Because I genuinely don't think he is really going to fight Terence Crawford. I'm going to just throw that out there. I really don't see it. So that's a hell of a point, Mr. Golden. I think he could just be drawing attention to his fight this weekend. That's a good fucking point. I didn't think about it like that. Salute. Shout out to my boy Kevin Jones, man. I hope you're enjoying the show, man. He said, what up, fellas? What's popping? What's popping? Shout out to my boy Bo, man. Matter of fact, I'm about to drop the link in the chat, man. Somebody want to come on and talk about this topic at hand or something else, feel free to click on the link. Let me see. Y'all just going back and forth. I'm trying to make sure I get everybody. Dragon Leg said, facts. I'm tired of Keith Thurman speaking foolery. Yeah, I mean, he's a real slick talker. I mean, he'll fool the average casual nigga that don't really know what the fuck going on and don't really listen to words wisely. And, you know, Keith Thurman is a real slick talker, but he full of shit. He's like a car salesman. I don't listen or believe shit Keith Thurman say. I really don't. I must admit it. Let me see. Oh, shout out to my nigga, the GOAT, aka Mr. 214. Mr. IOTBA Boxing is in the motherfucking building. He said, E-Thriller, chat, what's up, my people? What's popping, man? It's always a special occasion whenever the GOAT drop by, man. I appreciate you for pulling up and tapping in, my guy. As a matter of fact, man, I got to get on your IOTBA. I told you via DM, but I got to tell you again because I didn't like the fact that you was gone for about, 1 or 2 weeks, my nigga. I was over here salivating, chomping at the bit, ready to hear your fucking thoughts on everything that was going on in the sport of boxing. So can you please, I know you was covering the fight with Makuba and all that type of shit. I know you was traveling to Ohio and Florida and all that, just having a good fucking time. But can you please tap in for your loyal supporters so we can hear you pop your shit and talk that shit the way that you talk your shit? I'm just saying. But salute, my guy. Dragonland said, yeah, all cap now. Thurman, yeah, man. Fuck Keith Thurman. I hope he get his head knocked off this weekend. Fuck him. Fuck Keith Thurman. Joe said, Keith Thurman really think people respect him? No, and we damn sure don't respect this fight. Like my boy IOTBA said on his video last night, he said, we would have respected you more had you came back to face a fucking a Virgil Ortiz or Boots Ennis or somebody like that. You know, a true legitimate 147 pounder. But this nigga is the same nigga that was shitting on Terence Crawford saying, the boy ain't ready yet. He's moving up. He ain't touched Danny. He ain't touched Earl. He ain't touched me. He ain't touched Sean. He ain't touched nobody, right? He was saying all this shit when Bud was moving up from 140, only to turn around and fight a fucking lightweight. I mean, are you kidding me? Fuck Keith Thurman. Baby Juju said, Keith Thurman is a fucking clown. Yeah, man, nigga full of shit. I wish I could have showed a video, but I ain't trying to get hit with a copyright strike. Let me see. Yeah, man, make sure y'all go hit that link, man. Hit that link for BMAC, man. All my supporters, everybody that follows this channel, make sure y'all go sub up to BMAC, man. Make sure y'all go sub up to BMAC. Toby said Thurman had 2 fights in 5 years. There's fans hardly know who he is apart from the flute player. LOL. Crazy. Good point, man. Good point. Shout out to my boy Marvin Terrell. Keith is the master storyteller. Some bedtime stories for your ass. Good point. Drop the BMAC link again. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I need to drop it again. I'll drop it later on. Let me see. Jamel said Keith wanted the 8 ounce, but he was walking contradiction for years now. Yeah, man. Kevin said Earl is mentally fragile right now. He has to be a member. He read it all and he's been real quiet. Yeah, man. He's been real quiet. He laying low, man. Hopefully he's training his ass off. And I pray to God that his eye is 1,000% because I don't want to hear any fucking excuses if your Danis Ugas was to go out there and pull off the fucking upset because I think it could happen. I really do because I don't know how dedicated Errol Spence Jr. is to the sport of boxing anymore. I'm going to just throw that out there. I don't know if the man is dedicated. He got to show me proof. Like IOTBA say, we got to see proof of Errol Spence if he's that same guy, that same menacing, ferocious fucking body puncher. You understand what I'm saying? If he's going to come in with that stiff jab, if he's going to come in hitting you with the nut shots, we got to see if Errol Spence is that same guy because right now, I don't know. I don't fucking know. But it is what it is. Shout out to IOTBA, man. Yeah, man. Salute. I appreciate you for tapping in. Kevin said, Mikey said Crawford was only going to run if they fought. Laugh my, yeah, man. I remember that whole ass shit. I wanted to make a video on it. I just never got around to it. It is what it is. I done fell in love with going live, y'all. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm a one-take type of nigga. I just want to click, record, and go live. I don't feel like doing editing. I don't feel like doing all the videos. I mean, I can do it. I know I'm great at it, but I'd rather do this shit. I'd rather come on with y'all, pop my shit, let y'all come on and pop y'all shit. That's what I'm into. But salute. Io said, yep, Thurman cloud chasing. Yeah, man, we see the play. But let me go ahead and drop the link. If somebody want to come on and rock with your boy E-Thriller, a.k.a. the Black Picasso, let me know what y'all think about this Keith Thurman and Barrios fight and about Keith Thurman basically trying to finesse his way out the Terence Crawford smoke yet again because he's the nigga that called Bud out. He called Bud out. Bud didn't call him out. And now all of a sudden the nigga want to play stupid and act like, oh, well, I've been an amateur and I've been fighting all my nigga. We didn't ask you about none of that shit. I don't give a fuck. Do you want to fight Bud? Yes or no will suffice. But I digress. Run said, I think Keith wants this tank fight. Depends how he looks tomorrow. Hey, man, damn, the fight tomorrow. What's the day? What time is it? Oh, yeah, the fight Saturday. I'm tripping. Today is Thursday. I'm tripping, bro. I'm on Central Time Zone. My apologies. Shout out to Toby, man. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, he said, man, don't do that shit again. I was talking shit about your ass. And my wife, like, I know good and goddamn well this nigga ain't just stopped. Like, shit, I need some niggas to listen to. I only listen to a handful of niggas on YouTube, and you are at the top of that list, kind sir. So would you please not go so vacant or absent? Let a nigga know something. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm just fucking with you, bro. Let me see. Shout out to Mondi Masala. He said, listening to E Thriller at 6 a.m. in the morning in South Africa. Hey, yo, shout out to all my partners in South Africa and the motherland, man. I really appreciate you for tapping in with me, my guy. Matter of fact, let me lower my tone because it's the daytime. I be forgetting. So I'm just so channeled in to my shit. I need to tone it down just a little bit for niggas that might be listening to the show in the morning. So let me be a little bit more calmer. Shout out to everybody in the South Africa, man. Let me see. Who I done missed? Hey, man, link in the chat, man. Link in the chat. Oh, my nigga, my dog, my big bro, B-Mac, a.k.a. the Mac Mob. Make sure y'all go sub up to his channel. As a matter of fact, I'm going to let him cook. I'm going to go to his channel, and then I'm going to post it in the chat where everybody can go smash that like button, put some fucking Coach K Duke full court pressure on that goddamn sub button as well. But I think he dropped off. But shout out to my nigga Bo, man. You're live on the chat with E Thriller, a.k.a. the Black Picasso. Holla at me, fam. How you feeling?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you been?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Just talking this real shit, man. You already know how I play. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. Definitely, man. I haven't come on a couple of times. A lot of times I've been
missing you, my brother. Like, what? Come on,
yeah,
bro. Where you been at, boy?
I be prepping for work for the next day. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I you know what I'm saying? I type in a chat, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'll be listening to you as I'm, you know, getting ready for work tomorrow and stuff. So I was like, well, I got a little bit of time to hop on right now. So see what my boy E talking about and whatnot, man.
I appreciate that, kind sir. Go ahead, man. What are your thoughts on this topic?
Man, you know how I keep, man. Keith just be moving funny, man. Like, you know, the dude, he's just a walking contradiction, you know. And don't get me wrong, like I like Keith as far as, you know, skills wise, but to me, he just doesn't seem like he's sure of himself when it comes to certain fighters. So, you know, and I think it's just out of the PBC playbook. Like, they all do the same thing. They all move funny. Like, they don't, you know, they even move funny amongst each other inside that whole organization. It just they say one thing and then they do another, and it just like never happens.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Let me ask you this, Bo. Who do you think is worse, Keith Thurman or Errol Spence? Whenever it comes to ducking, like whenever they were both on top at the pinnacle, right now Errol Spence is on top. But whenever Keith Thurman had the straps, who do you think was better at ducking? Go ahead.
Honestly, I think it might be Earl, because when Keith was ducking Errol Spence, right? Errol Spence, to be honest, wasn't really that guy at the time. You know what I'm saying? He was on his way, but he was still ducking Errol Spence. But Errol Spence took the Keith Thurman playbook and ran with it. And then what made me more mad with Errol Spence is just when his extreme fans got involved with it and they start putting words in Errol Spence's mouth, and he listening to it, and he like, well, shoot, yeah, I'm gonna say that too. And it just made me like more frustrated. Like at least with Keith Thurman, he's like, yo, you know, I ain't gonna fight this dude. Ain't nobody, you know, nobody knows him or whatever.
Yeah.
Errol Spence was on some, you know, purse splits and, you know, like everything, the easy route. I mean, he was just making up things off the top of his head. Then he was talking about, oh, who did Terence Crawford beat that was better than Nigeria? And I'm like, really, dude? Like,
yeah, I remember that shit. Good point. I agree, because Errol Spence took what Keith Thurman did and he made that shit way worse, bro. So yeah, I totally agree. Wholeheartedly.
Yeah, he put the remix to that bad boy.
Yeah. But shout out to my boy B-Mac, man. You're live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holla at me, fam. How you feeling?
I'm good. E Thriller.
Yes, sir. How you
Hey,
doing,
man.
man?
what's up, Bo? The motherfucking bowling understanding and the black Picasso himself, E Thriller, the man who paints the picture so vividly with his words, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe, man, to E Thriller, my brother, and my man Bowling Understanding, man.
Yeah, I forgot. My bad, Bo.
Yes,
Make
sir.
sure y'all go sub up to Bold and Understanding. Please, please, please. Go ahead, B-Mac.
Hey, B-Mac, before you go, man, you already know, man. I saw the E Thriller put that link in there. I hopped on there, man. First flight, bro. Subscribe.
Hey,
that's love. That's
yes,
love.
man. That's love, man. I appreciate it, man. What's up to everybody in the chat, man? Everybody out there, man, that's listening, man. You know, I want to say one thing real quick, man. I appreciate that, Bo. But listen here, man. E Thriller, man,
Yes,
look
sir.
here. Brother, I appreciate you so much. You understand me?
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you so much, man, for being one real ass dude, man,
Thank
and
you.
helping me along the way, man. Y'all out there, man. There wouldn't be no channel like that, man, without the help, man, of my man E Thriller, man. Real talk, man. This dude right here is a real good dude, and he's a real one. You know what I mean?
Appreciate
Shout
that,
out to
brother.
everybody out there, man. I got to say that, man. That dog, you know, I appreciate you so much, man, and thank you, man, for
I
everything
appreciate
you've
that,
done,
B-Mac.
man.
Yeah, man. We've been working behind the scenes for, a bit some time, plotting and
Yes, sir.
strategizing about your channel. And yeah, we finally made that shit happen, man. So yeah, it's gonna be like a one-stop shop, in my opinion. If you
Yes,
ain't
sir.
on my shit, go to B-Mac shit. And if you ain't on his shit, come to my shit, or both come to both our shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't go live every day. So y'all
Yes,
can
sir.
tune in to B-Mac shit and vice versa. It is what it is. So make sure y'all go sub up to B-Mac, man. But go ahead and cook, bro. Floor is
Yes,
yours.
sir. Man, first of all, man, one thing, man, about the channel, man, if y'all want to reach me, man, it's the Mac Mob, baby. Okay, Brian Mackey, man, and I want all of y'all, man, to be a part of the mob, man. It's time to mob this shit out, man. Join the mob, man. All y'all gotta do is hit the like button, the subscribe button, and you part of the mob, man. And we're gonna mob this shit on out, man, with E Thriller, the back of Paso, my man Bowling Understanding, Mr. IOTBA, and the rest of this real niggas that's out here, blood boxing, and the rest of us, man.
Yes,
We're gonna mob this shit out, man. Okay, real talk, man. So I appreciate everybody, man, who has already subscribed, man. And Mr. Golden, I ain't forgot about you. If you out there, I know you out there, man. I saw you. I appreciate you. I ain't forgot about you. So I'm gonna link you up, man. I just been tied up, but believe me, I ain't forgot about you. I'm gonna hit you up. So
hold on, B-Mac. Let me show him something real quick. Here goes his
sir.
channel, y'all. This is what his channel look like. So hold on. Can y'all hold on? Let me remove this. Hey, yo, I appreciate that IOTBA. He said your live's the best. I appreciate that, bro. I really appreciate that, man. It wouldn't be shit without y'all, man. My subs and everybody that fuck with your boy Thriller, B-Mac, Bo, Mosquito Spray, General Big Fish. I can't do it by myself, man. So shout out to everybody that tap in on the panel, everybody that get it in with us in the chat, man. Y'all really would make the shit pop, in my opinion. But I appreciate that, Ayo. But hold on, let me remove this banner so they can see it before I let you cook. Be Mizzle. Hold on, bro. Let me remove this shit. All right, bet. So let me zoom in on it. Hold on, y'all. Still trying to get used to this new computer. All right. So yeah, this is what the channel look like, y'all. So it's the Mac Mob. There goes the let me know if y'all can see this on the panel. You got MACK for the avatar. Says the Mac Mob. Make sure y'all go sub up, man, and ring that noti bill. I don't know why that shit ain't showing. I rung it. But go ahead, B-Mac.
Yes, sir.
Yours, my brother.
Well, you was talking about Keith Thurman, right?
Yes, sir. He's still trying to duck Terence Crawford, but I took it somewhere else and I came back. I be all over the place.
Hey, man, that's all good. You the Black Picasso. You got to paint the picture, baby. You got to paint the picture.
Yes,
the thing about it, man, is that Keith, I tried to have his back, man. You know what I mean? I really did, man, because when he first came out there initially, you know what I'm saying? I was like, he was trying to fight Floyd and everything, and Floyd was like, nah, you need to go out here and fight Earl Spence, man, if you want to, get a shot at me, which I thought was some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? But then, I was like, nah, man, Keith ain't got to do that. And then later, as time went on, and Earl Spence got his belt, and he was the champion, Keith was still on the fuck shit. And I'm like, all right, Keith, I can't rock with you now, man. You still on the fuck shit. You talking about, well, we're gonna make a 1.5, 1.8, 1.9. That's cool. But I'm like, motherfucker, what you gonna make now? 1.5, 1.8 still? Cause you still bullshitting. You bullshitting. You bullshitted Crawford. You want you to fight Amir Khan and fight this guy. And you at least got to do this. And you made all these valid points. I remember when Keith Thurman was sitting over there talking about, no, it's the WB no belt. It's the WB no. Doesn't nobody want that belt.
Saying that type
Yeah,
of
he was talking that bullshit about the WB no. Now he's talking about, well, I'll fight for any championship. Yeah, because you don't have one, motherfucker.
He desperate.
You desperate. You are desperate. You're sitting out here and all he's doing is selling himself, man. He's selling himself and he's selling himself so hard to try to get back into the loop because he is forgotten. He has been a forgotten guy. You said 938 days or some shit like that?
Yeah, 930. Hold on, let me pull it back up. 931 days, B-Man.
Come on.
Yes,
that's almost 3 years, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You approaching 3 years, bro. You approaching 3 years since you've been out the ring, and you fighting a junior welterweight at that. On top of that, a guy who's never had a welterweight fight in his life, and here you are sitting back talking about you keep earning this. I let the WBC have the belts and the WBA. I let y'all make money, motherfucker. Please, you was told to give up them belts. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop acting like you king shit all of a sudden, man. And you ain't done shit. You just lost to 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao, and you almost lost to Josecito Lopez before that when you got dinged up. So we don't know what kind of dude is going to step into this motherfucking ring come this weekend. And I'm so tired of Keith, man, running his mouth. Because, look, do your talking in the ring. The last 2 times we seen you, you have not had good performances. And you only been in the ring, 2 times in 5 years? The last good performance he had was what? Was it Danny or Sean? I forgot.
I can't even remember. It's been that long, bro.
It's been that long. Did he fight Danny first or Sean first? I think he shot for Sean first, right? Then he fought Danny.
Honestly, it's been so long, D-Mac. I don't remember. I can pull it up. I can definitely pull it up. I think
it's Sean and then Danny, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm about to pull it up for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, but come on, man. I am so tired. And then you want to talk shit about Crawford and this, that, and the other about, oh man, Bob didn't give me a contract and you got to put in my hand and this, that, and the other. We'll write it up and then we'll deal with it. And then you turn around and say, well, I'm a negotiator. I negotiate. Well, if they sent you something or they said something to you and gave you something, why didn't you negotiate? Why didn't you negotiate and say, well, look, no, put it in writing?
Because he didn't want to fight.
Exactly. Exactly. Man, fuck Keith Thurman. He talked out the side of his fucking neck, man. He talked one way and then he comes back and he talks the other. So at the end of the day, man, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Fuck Keith Thurman. He's full of shit. I will stream the fight. I will not pay for his bullshit, and don't believe the hype on this shit, man. I don't give a fuck how
he doesn't even deserve for us to pay for this goddamn fight. He's been cheating us for a very long time, y'all. Very fucking long time. Why would we buy this fight? Why? Fuck Keith Thurman.
You a fan of the PBC? You buying that fight, or you just a fan of Keith Thurman?
Yeah, I don't get it, bro. Hey, yo, man, we got 53 people in here with 46 likes. Can y'all please hit that like button, please? Pretty please. Hey man, B-Man, let me go out to my brother. Mosquito spray. Yo, mosquito spray.
E3, what's happening?
What's poppin'? Live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holler at me, fam.
What's up, mosquito spray?
What up, mosquito
spray?
What's
happening?
What's up, my brother?
Bo, what's happening? Nothing much, man. Chilling. Hey, I just subbed up B-Max. I'm a follower, man. So
I appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you, fam.
Yeah, already. And congratulations, man. I know it takes. It's a leap of faith, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I know it ain't for everybody. I'm glad you one of the ones that chose to do it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate the support.
Yeah, most definitely. But about our ball one time. It's just textbook, man. Just just changing his tune depending on the situation, man. Yeah, like I say, he's desperate, man, and he wants something. But I said before Keith Thurman, before we knew he was coming back, that we've seen the last of him as a champion at 147. He won't beat none of these guys, man.
He
And
did tell me that.
yeah, and I don't think he need to be worried about Crawford or Spence. I think he need to be worried about goddamn Mario Barrios because he's a young hungry, former champion or whatever, whether he regular, interim or whatever, but he got fast hands and he can punch a little bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, Lopez almost stopped his ass. That shit was fun as hell. But so I mean, it might happen again, and Barrios might finish the job this time. If you catch him to that glass body, man, Thurman might not react well. And
Good point.
I just don't know. He might, even if he do get through this, man. And I mean, he's a name for a resume now. That's really, in my opinion. And he don't. And I seen a video earlier. He was talking about Barrios wanting 10-ounce gloves or whatever because he's scared of the power. Now the thing on that, now traditionally from minimum weight up to 147, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be 8 ounces, and then 154 all the way to heavyweight is 10 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess in recent years, because to try to err on the side of fighter safety, they've left it up to, if one fighter ain't comfortable, both fighters have to agree to the weight of the gloves or whatever. So Barrios wasn't cool with it, so I guess Thurman letting them have it was they're gonna do 10-ounce gloves or whatever. But I don't. It just, I mean, the only thing, gloves are gloves. I've seen motherfuckers get knocked out with 18-ounce gloves on sparring, so it don't matter really. Your hands feel fast and lighter or whatever when you're throwing the shots with light gloves on. That's it. I mean, it ain't 2 ounces ain't gonna make a big difference. But Thurman, man, I don't. Yeah, I don't take nothing he say serious as the gospel, man. This dude, because if he do win and Earl Spence getting that ring, he might run out the other side or something like in the WWF. You know what I'm saying?
So wait a minute. Oh shit, you killed that. Hold on. So wait a minute, Mosquito Spray. So you saying if Earl win, you don't even think Keith Thurman will fight him?
I don't. And Earl Spence said he don't want to fight him. I mean, but he might fight him now though, because if he don't, he's back at square one with Terence Crawford staring at him from one side and Jerron Ennis staring at him from the other side. Yeah. So he might take the path of least resistance, or who knows, he might mess around and try to fight Stanley Onis. You know what I'm saying? So, right. But I just Thurman ain't. He's not a player no more, man. He's a name for your resume, and whoever gets to him first would the one that'll be the benefit the most, because it's going to be more and more deteriorated by the fight, because Thurman, he's done. I think so. He's not gonna be a champion no more, man. I doubt it.
Okay, Mosquito Spray. Let me go out to Mr. 214. Mr. IOTBA is in the motherfucking building with his boy, the Black Picasso. Holla at me, fam. Welcome back.
Man, before you say something, man, I want to thank you, man. I got your message, my brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man, for your support, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my boy Ham Rothstein, the Black Picasso, you understand me? The realest motherfucker I know doing it on YouTube right now. Like my dog B-Mac say, who paint these pictures so motherfucking vividly. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
I appreciate that, big bro.
Thriller ain't the realest nigga doing it, talking this boxing shit, man. You niggas can fuck yourself. I fuck with my dog. He Thriller. Yeah, and once again, shout out to B-Mac. Congratulations, bro. I'm a part of the mob now, and I can't wait for you to go live or do your thing, so we can start tuning in to you, because like I said, you one of the most ferocious motherfuckers I know talking that boxing shit.
Facts.
I appreciate you, fam.
Shout out to Mosquito Spray. Shout out to Bold and Understanding. Shout out to the entire chat who support E-Thriller and the movement that this young dude got going on. It's fucking amazing. But
thank you.
Yes, sir.
Like I stated in my video last night, this one thing. Look, I want everybody to know, we don't got to like these fighters, because there's a lot of fighters who I don't like. But I want everybody to understand this. I do respect these fighters for getting in the ring. Because it take a motherfucker to get in that ring, right? But this the one thing I don't. But we don't got to respect these fighters' actions and what these fighters do. Now, when we talk about Keith Thurman, he was the leader of the new school in the new era shit of ducking, man. I want everybody to understand this, right? Earl Spence was one of the most prominent fighters coming up, right? Prominent. You know, he did everything possible. You know, even won a belt, and you know, you even heard him say, "Why I got a belt now, and these guys still don't want to fight me." And you know, Keith Thurman, whoop de whoop, whoop de whoop, and like E Thriller said, all that shit played a trickle down. It was a triangle effect with all these fighters now. You know, I don't got no sympathy for Keith Thurman. You know, it's kind of disappointing and tasteless for him to say Earl Spence has hatred for him. No, hatred is a harsh and cruel word to say. You got to understand, like when this young guy was trying to get his opportunity, you wouldn't give it to him, right? So that's the reason. That's the truth. Why Keith Thurman is in the position that he's in, because like E Thriller said, this was the guy who said, "I got the O. I ain't afraid to let it go." He said that, and 931 days later, you know, he finally getting back in the ring after that O finally left him, right? And then this is what's disappointing. He getting in the ring against Mario Barrios. Right?
Say that again. Say that again. Let that shit sneak in. Say that again, Ayo.
Like Mario Barrios. Are you kidding me? Like, and this is real shit. Keith Thurman is one of the best welterweights in this era. Like, I can't shit on him like that. But it's the thing right here. When you a former unified champion and you coming back to fight, you fighting a guy who just got beat by a little guy and a guy who coming up, his first fight is you. What type of respect should we put on Keith Thurman if he win this fight? This ain't gonna put him nowhere in title contention. Only thing this would do is nothing for the sport of boxing, because this ain't gonna give us a measurement of where Keith Thurman is. We just seen Mario Barrios get knocked out in sensational fashion against Javante Tank Davis. So, like I said, man, it's just I'm just sick of, you know, I'm sick of all these welterweights, not the young ones who coming up, because hopefully, you know, it ain't trickled down to them. But I'm just ready for this era to be over with. Because it's a goddamn shame how much time we spend on talking about how guys was ducking and avoiding, then talk about the great fights. You know how miserable that is as boxing? And look, I want y'all to check something out. I was in Florida, right? And I just wanted to do something. So I started walking down the street. We had our camera up, and it's going to be on the Spit Bucket podcast. We're going to put it
When
up.
the new episode dropping, bro?
Huh?
When the new episode dropping?
So since we've been out of town and stuff, E Thriller, the new episode gonna drop next Thursday.
Okay. All right, my bad. Go ahead.
So and we went down, we was asking people, do you know who Earl Spence is? They said no. I said, do you know who Terence Crawford is? They say no. Look, this one white dude, I say, when I asked him, do you know who Earl Spence is? He said, no. I said, you know who Terence Crawford is? He said, yeah, he played for the Red Sox, don't he? I was like, what the fuck? Look, it's on video. Then I asked the white dude, I say, so you know who Canelo Alvarez is, right? He said, yeah, he played for the Boston. He played for the he played basketball, don't he?
Oh, yeah, you don't watch boxing.
Wow.
You don't watch boxing.
Wow.
You don't watch boxing. That's what that is.
Damn, Mario, go ahead. My bad, bro.
No, but they just show me what the state of boxing is, bro. Nobody in Florida, like we walked up that strip for hours. It was a lot of people told me they don't even know about boxing or they don't even watch it. But it was only probably about 1% to 2% who knew who the hell Earl Spence and Terence Crawford was. And it was, and I kid you not, and I ain't throwing up. It was more people in Florida who knew who Terence Crawford was than Earl Spence. And like I said, it wasn't that many, but it was more people in Florida who knew him more than, like, so it's mind-boggling. And like I say, I don't got no sympathy for Keith Thurman because he started this new era shit, you know? And then, like I say, to be a former unified champion, one of the best welterweights in this area, and coming back and fighting that guy who just got knocked out like that, and then he moving up another weight class. Come on. Well, how we going to put a measurement stick on this? What type of respect is everybody from the 214, wherever y'all at, to across the pond, go don't give Keith Thurman a good grade on this fight. How is we gonna be able to measure him? Yeah, like Ethan said, yeah, can Keith Thurman talk? Absolutely, he's one of the best talkers in boxing when it comes
he
to selling
cold.
the show.
Yeah.
But this fight ain't doing nothing for him, bro. And then they give it to us for $69.99 to $74.99. They just show you how they don't give a fuck about us as the consumer. I'm gonna keep saying this to everybody around the world. We are the consumer. And if they don't want to give the consumer what we want, we must make a stand. I don't give a fuck about these fighters. These fighters want to sit up here and talk about we put our life on the line. Oh, okay. Did your mama know, or your daddy know, your uncle or your cousin when you was 5 or 6 years old and they put you in boxing? Was they thinking about your life being put on the line then? If it wasn't for us, the fans and the consumers showing up to these fights, buying these dudes merchandise, these motherfuckers wouldn't be nothing. So if the fans didn't show up, or us, the boxing media, then they'll just be fighting in fucking empty stadium. We the consumers, and we must show up and show out. 2022 is the year that we make a motherfucking stand. You know, and we've been doing great so far from the back year to leading up to it, and we must continue that to going. My bad, E-Thriller.
No, you good, bro. You good. That's your point. You finished your point?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I appreciate you for tapping in, Ayo. But yeah, man. Yeah, that Keith Thurman shit, man. This shit is crazy. But Ayo, did you catch when basically the reporter asked him, was he going to fight Terence Crawford next? Did you notice how he didn't answer the question? Did you see that part of the show?
Yeah, and you know what? And that's what they do. That's the PBC way. You know, when it comes to Terence Crawford, you know, they shuck and dive. You know, they do everything but say what the consumers want to hear. Like, yeah, I'll fight that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's they just shuck and dive, bro. And that's why boxing is at the state it is, right? And like Keith Thurman, like, dude, you've been gone for 931 days, dude. Like, you've been gone. Look, I was scrolling up my articles for the last 931 days, and I ain't seen nothing, not a thief wrote about you.
Yeah, that's facts, man. Keith Thurman, man. That's facts.
Oh shit.
Shit crazy when you think about it, bro. He ain't fought in so long. It's crazy. Mind blowing.
But look, when it comes to the most entertaining talker, and you know, even his fighting style in the ring, like, he is that. And that's what's so disappointing about Keith Thurman. Like, dude, you and just like when we go to Earl Spence, like Keith Thurman, like you were saying, I got that and I ain't afraid to let it go. He made us believe that shit. But then when that guy from Dallas, Texas, that 214 former Olympian came on the rise, all that talk went out the window. And it trickled down to Earl, like you say, to Earl Spence now. Earl Spence say, I fight anybody, hand down, man down. But when it came to Terence Crawford, why should I fight him when I can take the easy route? Like, it's Keith Thurman. That's why I say this dude right here, he is the reason for the season of the way these new era welterweights been acting. And we must really show up and show out and prove a point to Keith Thurman.
Hey, man, I'm of the mindset this weekend he has to get a knockout. I'm talking about within the first 3 to 4 rounds. He got to get a knockout, bro, because if he don't get a knockout, if he just go out there and box and, you know, baby win 8 or 4 rounds, like, come on, bro. That's not enough, Keith. That's not enough for me. I'm going to just throw that out there. To that, y'all say what?
It don't matter if he got a first round knockout.
Yep.
It don't matter.
It don't matter, man. I don't care if he stopped him in the first round, he stopped him in the 12th. I'm gonna still feel the same way, because if he stopped him in the first, it's something he should have did. When he stopped him in the 12th, it makes you make yourself look bad. It makes himself look bad by taking this fucking fight against a 140-pounder anyway, off the break. Okay, take on a legitimate welterweight, and then you could whatever happen at that point. But you want to sit around here, get 10-ounce gloves, fight a 140-pounder, and then if you go 10 rounds with him and you don't knock him out, you make yourself look even fucking worse.
You're in a lose-lose situation. That's
what I'm lose-lose.
He has to knock him out. He has to.
He'll lose-lose. I mean, to me, you know, Keith Thurman, to me, he can talk, he can use his mouth, he can say all the shit he want to say to try to sell a fight, and he's being a company man right now, saying everything under the sun to do what he need to do for the PBC, because he's one of the firstborn. Okay, so at the end of the day, Keith Thurman gonna do anything he needs to do to keep face with the PBC. Okay, he's running his mouth and this, that, and the other, but it doesn't make a difference because we already see through the bullshit. We've seen through his shit before, and we see through it now. Okay, I don't want to hear shit else about Keith Thurman talking about, oh, he back and all this shit. From what? Back from what? This one fight? Come on, you got to fight a contender. If you win this fight here, that means your next fight, you need to fight a Virgil Ortiz, a Boots, a Conor Ben, or somebody. Don't give me something good to let me know that, you know what, you in the shot for a title. Right. Not by having this fight being a WBA fucking title eliminator. That is some bullshit. That is bullshit. And we as the fans, like we've been saying, that look, see through the bullshit. Do not pay for this bullshit. Stream this bullshit because we're not asking for this. I mean, the fight is the fight, okay? But how is this the title eliminator? Keith Thurman is coming off a loss. Mario Barrios coming off a loss at 140.
Leo Santa Cruz, all the motherfuckers coming off a loss.
All of them, the whole damn card, damn near coming off a loss.
Why are y'all selling us bullshit?
Selling us bullshit. And it's a title eliminator.
Oh, look, it's a title eliminator fight, B-Mac?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. This WBC. Is a title eliminator. That was a WBA.
Bro, I did a live stream on that about a week or two ago.
WBC. Yeah. Yeah, WBC title eliminator. He tried to say.
And then Mario Barrios is ranked.
That make it more shiny.
What was it, the WBA or some shit like that? Keith Thurman ain't even ranked in the top 15. Nowhere. So how the fuck can he be in the fucking title eliminator?
Man, the WBC is just all jacked up to begin with.
Al Heyman, man.
You're right. I stand corrected. Yes, sir.
You say Mario Barrios ranked?
Yeah, he was ranked. I did a live stream on that shit. He's ranked in the WBA. I think he was like number 9 or some shit.
Oh, he's ranked that high?
He was at number 9 or something like that, bro.
Oh, man.
Shit blew my mind.
Oh,
yeah, my thing with the WBC rankings is all jacked up anyway because the dude, Cody Crawley, beat the number 1 guy, and that motherfucker only ranked like number 14. Like he only went up 1 spot when he beat the number 1 guy.
Yeah.
That's him and Ennis should be fighting in the title
over there. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, y'all. I'm trying to fix my computer. Go ahead, y'all.
I was saying him and Ennis, Cody Crowley, him and Ennis should have been fighting in a title eliminator for the WBC, I believe. Now it's the IBF, I think that. Yeah, whichever one, yeah. So yeah, they should be, instead of him fighting, instead of Ennis fighting Costello Clayton or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Io.
And that's my main reason why I say PBC is bad for boxing. You know, they want to say, oh, it's a black man running. Okay, salute to him. I'm going to stand up, clap my hands, stomp my feet, and shout for joy. Salute for the black man for running boxing, but he's terrible for the sport. Terrible. Because there's nowhere in hell like the audacity of this being I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
This is a title eliminator fight?
Title eliminator.
It's ridiculous.
It's a
hold
complete
on.
fight.
Hold on. You got this shit. Hold on, y'all. Go ahead, y'all. Let me find this.
Yeah, this is so horrible for the sport of boxing. Like this is show y'all.
There you go, right there, Ayo. Like, look at your phone, bro.
Oh.
Said Thurman reveals Barrios fight is a WBC 147 title eliminator.
Man, this is astonishing, man.
And you should see Mauricio Suleiman's comments because he definitely verified.
Well, I thought I heard it like as of yesterday that it wasn't a title eliminator. That was something, Keith Thurman declared, and I guess it wasn't. Somebody came out and said it's not for a title eliminator.
Who came out and said it wasn't?
I thought I saw it in an article on a website that said that the fight wasn't going to be a title eliminator. But
I'm sorry, Bo. Go ahead.
I mean, I thought that's what I saw like yesterday somewhere.
Mauricio Suleiman said that it wasn't the final title eliminator, but it is a title eliminator.
Right.
I did.
That's what he tried to say. He's trying to say it wasn't the final title eliminator, but it is a title eliminator. So that's just your spin on it. And and to IOTBA's point, he might be black, but he the motherfucking black Reverend Sultan out this motherfucker. That's who he is. If y'all don't know who Reverend Sultan is, y'all go see The Great White Hype.
Shit,
Samuel Jackson, the goddamn Reverend Sultan out this motherfucker, man.
You dropped the gem on us right there,
you know what I'm saying? Reverend Sultan out there. You remember Reverend Sultan said, man, rank that motherfucker in the top 10 so I give him a title shot. That's what he did.
Shit crazy, man.
Hey, and you know what? Can I say something real quick? This is my thing right here. Okay, I will say this for Keith Thurman. Okay, when we look at a Virgil Ortiz and we look at a Boost Ennis, okay, I can say after being out for 3 years, okay, that's probably two dangerous fights for him to come back. But for him to fight, he could have fought a regular welterweight, like a top 15 guy, right? But to fight Mario Barrios, that just take all the respect out of this fight. Now, I can understand him not fighting Virgil and Boots right now, because they might be more of a dangerous fight, because we could look at them two guys and say, okay, yeah, they got nicks. They the rising up and coming welterweights. But, he could have took on a welterweight, anybody. He could have took on anybody besides Mario Bar. And look at Mario Barrios. Did y'all see him in a press conference, how his voice was cracking every time he was talking?
Yeah, he didn't look so sure of himself up there.
Yeah.
I got that kind of vibe.
Hey, y'all know who the best a good comeback fight for Thurman would have been? It would have been at least respectable. Jamal James. He was coming out for loss. He was just the number one ranked guy. It's been a good tune-up, man. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, not this shit. You know what I'm saying? This shit ridiculous.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Yeah, he could have fought Ray Robinson or somebody, any goddamn body. Something.
And say, look, don't this make y'all think like PBC is like financially fucked up? Because to headline this pay-per-view,
absolutely,
with losers, and not saying losers in life, but losers in their last fights.
Right.
And it's on pay-per-view. Don't this seem like PBC is in financial problems?
Oh, it's obvious, man. That's their source of paying the fighters. They depend on the pay-per-view to pay their fight.
And that is why Florida's coming back to balance the checkbooks in February or whenever you're about to fight.
Yeah, he fighting on top of that damn sailboat hotel out there in Dubai.
Like I said, look, I don't like the Earl Spence versus Ugas fight being on pay-per-view, but I can understand that. Because it's a 3-bell unit. It ain't what we asking for. And, I ain't paying for it. I might be in a building because I'm heard, I was scrolling up my order because I see they saying for April the 16th at Cowboy Stadium. So I'm going to be in a building, but I ain't finna pay. If I was somewhere else around the world, I ain't paying for that.
Right.
I'm not buying none of these fights, bro. I'm not buying.
Yeah, I'm streaming everything now, man.
We got to take the sport back, Ayo.
Absolutely.
We got to take it back because if we, man, look. I know this is a boxing show, but I ain't gonna even get into that. But it's just we must take this sport back, because it's controlled. It just seemed like, shout out to I'm a part of the mob on my boy B-Mac stuff now, but it seemed like this boxing shit is controlled by the mob, bro.
Like no, that's right. That's right.
Somebody don't like Terence Crawford behind closed doors. I don't know who it is. It could be a plethora of individuals, bro. Good point.
Hey, what's so crazy? Oh, go ahead. My bad.
But shit, I don't even think the mob doing this shit. The mob used to give the fights we wanted to see back in the day.
Hey, Terence Crawford, I told everybody, look, I think Terence Crawford is one of the best. I want him to have these fights, but reality is reality. He set himself up for failure putting that lawsuit out against Bob Arum. Look what Eddie Hearn came out and say. Yeah, would love to have Terence Crawford, but I don't have nobody for him, and for the dollars amount he wants, we're not going to give it to him. And that's one of the most prominent promoters in boxing saying that.
because they ain't got nobody for him to fight.
I don't understand what Terence Crawford did to somebody either, because it's not like he's a boring fighter. He's an exciting fighter for one.
Yeah.
He's knocking everybody out at welterweight.
Yep.
I don't understand why can't they promote him the right way. Why can't he, get the pay-per-view sales? Like somebody must got something against him. I don't know. Maybe he might have knocked out somebody. Yeah.
Hey, Bo, I'm gonna tell you the exact reason why. Because he's boring. Not inside the ring, but outside the ring, he's boring, bro. And this is another thing. Let me rebunk what you just said, talking about they don't push and promote Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford was featured on HBO. He was featured on ESPN. You know what you want them to do? Put cheerleaders beside him. He have to make himself marketable. When Terence Crawford talk outside the ring, he's boring. He don't give us what we want to hear. And then Terence Crawford don't market himself enough on these shows to make his name even bigger. You got to understand, the diehard boxing fans, we love Terence Crawford. We're going to make sure we show up and show out when he fight. But if that ain't who make boxing. It's the casual fans who make the sport of boxing. And Terence Crawford ain't putting himself out there enough to make the casual fans grasp to him. That's why he's going through this situation now.
But hold
on real quick, y'all. Hold on real quick. Shout out to my boy True Griller, man, for that $9.99 super chat, man. I really appreciate that, my brother. I really do. Hey, and shout out to my boy Ronald Finkley for that $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that, my brother. Go ahead, B-Mac.
I said, hey, I.O. Now, you say Crawford is boring outside the ring, but he's exciting inside the ring. Now, to think that, you say that's his problem, but my problem with that is that you got all these other fighters that's boring as hell outside the ring as well, and they don't have no problem. Canelo's he's not exciting outside the ring. He's not. Earl Spencer's not. Tank Davis is not. Keith Thurman's exciting. He's exciting outside the ring, but not inside the ring. Adrian Broner is exciting outside the ring, but he did fucking 300,000 views his last fight when nobody was even checking for him. That was the worst of the year. So I'm not really agreeing necessarily with it. He got to do this and you got to do that, because Al Heyman is supposed to be the promoter or manager. Don't nobody promote these guys over there on the PBC, and we don't say nothing about them because you don't ever see Al Heyman. You don't see his face. You don't see him in interviews. He don't promote nothing at all. Only thing there is we got people running ads. So who does the work for them? I don't see how exciting Danny Garcia was at all. It's the support system that we had. Earl Spence had a whole state behind him, like Manny Pacquiao have a whole country behind him, right? So a guy from Oklahoma, from Nebraska, a small place in Nebraska, what kind of fans he got? Is that us as black people? Do we not support each other? Because we can sit back and say that, with this person and that person, but we always divide. We say, well, Canelo got a whole country, but what the fuck are we in this country? We don't want to support our own. So what's the difference in that?
No, B-Mac, we want to support him, right? But like I said, he boring outside the ring. He boring outside the ring to where he don't have that split ass to him, to where it's gonna be an outpour for him, right? And then another thing, all them other guys you mentioned, they got more they got more of a personality than a Terence Crawford. Like I said, I ain't knocking them. Terence Crawford is a fighter that everyone needs to support. We need to support him because he getting the shit end of the stick. And then another factor is that he can't get the fights we want. That's not his fault.
Now, that's definitely true.
But he can't get the fights we want. And with him not getting the fights we want, him being pound for pound for these 3 or 4 years, and him not getting the fights he want, that ain't circulating the type of attention that a guy of his stature should have. surrounding him.
And I believe a lot of that got to do with us hating on each other. Because anybody that's an Earl Spence fan do not like Terence Crawford.
Yeah, they
And
did
it's-
shame.
and
They
it-
did
and it-
shame Terence Crawford too. They didn't call the man top ranked Toby and all types of stuff.
Let,
And
let,
this
let me
from-
ask you
from
this,
rap
Ayo.
people, too.
Let me ask you, Ayo. Let me ask you this, Ayo, because you always make that point about Bud being boring outside of the ring. Is Earl Spence boring to you outside of the ring?
I wouldn't say he is. Look, Terence Crawford is just like Earl Spence. It's just like the way he talks, the way he came on the scene. You know, it's just different. And like B-Max said, he got a bigger state surrounding him, and I think that makes the difference. And then another thing that helped Earl Spence was the sparring stories with Floyd Mayweather. That gave him much clout because you had all them guys coming out saying, "I ain't never seen Floyd Mayweather get no work like that," you know. And we can't say that Terence Crawford don't hang around people or be with people. This dude hang around Amir Khan. This dude be around Shakur Stevenson. He be around a lot of top good fighters who got names for themselves. Right? So
But see, the
like,
reason why I asked you that, Ayo, because I got on you this about this shit before on your live stream, because I feel like you are the one that blew up Earl Spence. You the one who put him on the map, was popping shit for him, saying all these niggas was ducking him and shit. Because Earl Spence, as far as I'm concerned, whenever I watch his press conferences or his interviews before and after the fight, he's boring as fuck. He's just as boring as Bud. To me, he don't do shit but just blink his eyes. Like Earl Spence is not exciting, bro.
but you know, I don't know.
Do you remember? Wait a minute, hold on. Do you remember the lead up to Pacquiao versus Earl Spence? Did you watch that press conference? Were you entertained by that? Because I wasn't.
And you know what? Because you know the reason it's backlash on Earl Spence now because he ain't as popular as he used to be because he had that guy Terence Crawford in this division for 4 years now. So as popular as he was back then, he ain't that now because over the 4 years it done soured on him because he has that Keith Thurman effect, like you stated earlier, with the way he doing Terence Crawford, right? And like you said again, then he didn't have, you know, I mean, you said that he Thriller, and I agree with you. Like I was out there talking that shit for him, and
Yes.
I don't really believe, you know, he got nobody, you know, who bring a buzz around. You got people who talk about Earl Spence and, you know, give him his credit, but a motherfucker who gonna make you feel it, I don't think he got nobody like that no more around him. You know?
No, you did that. So yeah, I'm not buying the Earl Spence is exciting and turn like both of them niggas boring, if you ask me.
Nah, but I don't want. But see, what you look, I know I was but you know, people gonna try to spin that shit. Oh, cause I had a nigga make a video on me. How TBA say he made Earl Spence, you know. So it's like, so
I mean, technically you did. In a way, you did. I'm keeping it above. I remember all your videos. Nigga, that's how I found out about you. Popping shit for Earl.
And you know what's crazy? But you know when I say that though, like niggas don't like to put no respect on that because you know, like, bro, when I tell you I was the nigga out there shooting bullets and taking bullets from everybody around the world, bro. It's crazy, but like you said, I don't think he got nobody like that around. Like I think that did help, but I think his fighting style, I think the way he talked, like, oh, you know how Earl used to talk. Oh, you know how, man.
But see, I don't even think his fighting style is exciting, Ayo. I don't. I think Bud is a way more exciting fighter in the ring. Me personally, no. Earl Spence is so textbook. His shit is boring, bro. I don't like his fighting style at all. That's just me. I don't see nothing exciting about it.
I mean, like for me, I heard more about Earl Spence based on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was talking more about Earl Spence. That's how I really knew more about him. Because I'm like, damn, it made me want to, you know, see. And then the whole Floyd Mayweather sparring thing. And I was just like, oh, okay. That's what made me really tune in to Earl Spence. But as far as Terence Crawford, I mean, even though he's so quiet, like once I seen his fight, I was like, yo, I'm hooked onto this dude, man. This dude, he's the real deal.
And I can make an argument that whenever they had
But
that
you
little
a
face off
diehard
at
boxing
the
fan,
Maurice
though.
Hooker fight, I feel like Bud had a way better personality at the time and was way more wittier than Earl Spence.
Oh, you talking about when they
Yeah,
had
but
that
look,
meeting?
Yeah, when they had the face off at the
But Bo,
Maurice Hooker fight, I feel like Bud was a lot more wittier with his words. He was a lot more charismatic, and Earl was kind of like caught off guard. He was kind of uncomfortable, in my opinion.
Well, that is true, man. But let's all take all this into account. None of this really had a let's say a life until Crawford decided to go welterweight. Okay, before that,
Right.
everybody seemed to love Crawford. Nobody
Right.
said nothing about pay-per-views. Nobody said nothing about styles. Nobody said nothing about who he fought. None of that.
Facts.
None of that. Nobody said nothing bad about Crawford until he got to the welterweight division. The minute he's decided to go welterweight, and it's just not Earl Spence. This is everybody from that side over on the PBC had something to say. Keith Thurman said, "Oh, he ain't fought nobody. He need to fight Amir Khan or somebody." Earl Spence said he need to get a belt. You know, they got the WB. No, nobody wants that belt. Or well, who has he fought? You know, all these little things across the streets and all this other shit didn't start until Crawford got to the welterweight division.
Facts.
And see, that's what started everything. Nobody else had anything to say. We only started saying anything bad about Crawford's resume until it was time to fight Earl Spence. And Earl Spence said, "Well, who has he fought? He ain't beat nobody better than Chris Algieri." Hold up, man. When did we start talking that shit? So everything didn't happen until he started hitting welterweight. And then when he started getting on everybody's ass, like, okay, the pound for pound man is in your division. Everybody said, you know what? We're gonna talk this dude down.
Yeah,
we're gonna put dirt on his name. Everybody, even Sean Porter said some shit. So I don't care who it is. Danny Garcia, he was ducking him. He ain't say shit. Sean Porter said, "Oh, we over here, man. You know, we play ball over here." Everybody had something to say. Every last one of them. Every last one of them.
Hey, but
that's a fact,
yes,
dude.
sir.
Hold on, y'all. Let me get this $5 super chat. Shout out to my boy Ronald Finkley, man. He said, "Yo, hey man, I think you appreciated that Martin, huh? Here you go." Hey, yo, Ron, I really appreciate that super chat, my brother. I really do. It makes the show go a long way. But go ahead, fellas. My bad.
Yeah, it's neither the fighter or the promoter fault, B-Mac, because in the promoter with Top Rank, you know, he had featured Terence Crawford on HBO and ESPN. And as the fighter in Terence Crawford, he have put on extraordinary performances inside that ring. You know, the thing about this situation, the public gonna like who they want to like. B-Mac, I know that shit harsh, but they gonna like who they want to like. So I ain't gonna blame it on Top Rank. I ain't gonna blame it on Terence Crawford. The public just gonna like who they want to like.
Oh, and that's fair. And what I'm saying is exactly what you're saying, just in a little bit of different way. Is that public gonna like who they gonna like, but they also, you know, a lot of people, or most of the people, I feel like, whatever they hear on TV, and that's what they fan of, that's what they roll with. If you hear some shit on you in the news, you take it for truth. You know what I'm saying? Because you heard it on the news. If you hear all these fighters say, "Oh, he ain't fight nobody," guess what? And you a fan of him, you're gonna say, you know what? He ain't fight nobody. If you're a realist, you be like, hold up, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You go with what you roll with. If you got 4-5 people sitting over here saying, "Oh, this, that, and the other," and you got this one guy, majority's always gonna roll with the majority. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's simple as that. You know, more people is strength in numbers. So what they did was they talked down on him because the facts was none of this shit happened until he got the welterweight. Everybody loved Crawford before then.
Right.
But then when he got the welterweight, you got all this PBC versus top ranks and all that. Me personally, I don't give a fuck about none of them. I'm a boxing fan. I don't care nothing about none of them. But that's when you get all this East Coast, West Coast type talk because he was in the division and he moved up, and everybody had a problem, and they kept from Keith Thurman.
He became a threat.
He became a threat. That's right. Yeah. He became a threat, man, and everybody wanted to talk him down.
Hey, B-Mac, I'm gonna respectfully disagree with you on that. Because he was at 140 pounds. And I think he had a pay-per-view fight. I'm not sure if it was with Postal or something. He had terrible numbers. I think it was like 50. I think it was like 50,000 pay-per-view. So like look, I don't know what it is, because when I look, I'm gonna give you an example, another fighter. When I look at a fighter like Devin Haney, he looked like he got the goods. Why he ain't more popular than he is? Why it's not an outreach for him? When I look at Shakur Stevenson, he the goods. Why is it more of an outreach for him than it is for Devin Haney? Is another fighter who look like they the goods? I don't know what it is. Is it economics? Is it the way a person looks that makes them
that fight should have never been on pay-per-view though. I understand what you're saying, though, but that fight should have never been on pay-per-view, TBA. That fight should have never been on pay-per-view. The Crawford Postal fight, that wasn't big enough for it to be on pay-per-view. It should have never been there.
Hey, y'all, I'll tell you the problem with Devin Haney.
But everybody was talking, but everybody thought Terence Crawford was that guy. And when it was time to see if he was that guy, it didn't pan out the way everybody thought it was going to pan out.
Yeah, because you're right. Victor Postal wasn't that guy, though.
He wasn't
the right partner to put him up there
for Crawford's first pay-per-view, in my opinion. Yeah, if he would have had the Danny Garcia like Earl had, then I think the numbers would have been a hell of a lot better.
It wasn't the right time. And what I'm saying is it doesn't have to do with pay-per-view numbers. I'm just talking about the treatment from one side to another in reference to what he got from this point, from when he was at to this point there. Even with those pay-per-view numbers, still nobody said nothing about those low pay-per-view numbers until he got the welterweight.
Hey, yo, hold on, y'all. Let me read this super chat. Shout out to my boy Dirty Red for that $5 super chat. He said, let's be real. These other guys just show up to the club and get drunk. That's how they get known. Bud in the house with his kids like a damn adult. I appreciate that super chat, my brother. Hey, yo, shout out to my nigga Dirty Red. Hey, Mosquito Spray, you was trying to make a point about Devin Haney, bro. Go ahead and cook.
Yeah, they were saying, IO and B-Mac saying they ain't understand why, he ain't bigger than what he is. The problem with Haney is prior to fighting Linares and Jojo Diaz, he was fighting stiffs. So that's why he ain't big as he should be. So now he's finally starting to fight guys. So we'll see what happens, if we can get the right fights. But the problem, he wasn't fighting no damn body. He can look good against a damn mannequin or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not sold on Devin Haney, bro, and I think he talking.
Me neither.
Way too
I'm not either.
Like, bro,
he can't fight. He can't fight on the inside.
So he can shut the hell up.
And he ain't got the best of chins, and he cannot fight on the inside
at all.
Right. Big E, can I get a couple of shout outs?
And I'm gonna be honest with you.
Go ahead. Hold on, Ayo. Go ahead, B-Mac.
Mr. Golden said he gotta go, man.
I don't think Earl Spence. Hold on,
Ayo. Hold on real quick, Ayo. What'd you say, B-Mac?
Mr. Golden said he gotta go. So
shout out to Mr. Golden.
He gotta go, and he blessed in the eye. He gotta hit the road. So shout out to Mr. Golden, man. Ronald Finkley, Joseph Bailey, Kevin Jones, my man Ant Kit 78, Dragon Leg, Toby Barlett, Vincent Coleman, everybody, man, who signed up to be a part of the mob, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all, man, so much, man. And we also got a special Miss Joan Turner is in the building, man.
Shout out to Miss Joan
Turner, man. You know what I mean?
We appreciate you for pulling up. Go ahead, Ayo. It's on you, bro. My bad.
And to be honest with everybody from the 214 across the pond, I don't think Earl Spence is as big as he used to be because y'all got to understand, like Earl Spence, the way he been playing the game, like Keith Thurman played the game, that done put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. So, and I'm telling everybody, I don't think this pay-per-view gonna do as good as people predicting it. People talking about especially from Earl Spence coming off the car crash and then the eye injury, and then him fighting a guy in Jorganis Ugas, which I think is a solid guy, but that's not the fight we wanted. I don't think this fight gonna do as many pay-per-views as Earl used to do in the past. I think this pay-per-view gonna do extremely less pay-per-view number fights.
I hope so.
I just don't know. The state of boxing is sad right now. You know, we got to get back to the old days, man. Like World of Sports when Howard Cosell was announcing the fights, and you seen all the great fights and all the fighters fighting each other. That's what we got to get back to. You know, Earl Spence versus Jorganis Ugas. Y'all know how big that would be on Fox television on April 16th on a Saturday night. If that's the date that they're saying, that would be huge. You would have millions of people watching around the world because it's a free fight. And how is that not more marketable than putting it on pay-per-view?
I agree.
Hey, everything you saying is true, Ayo, but I
agree.
would still have a bad taste in my mouth because I don't like how the fight got made. I don't like how the fight got made.
Ayo, I got a question for you, real quick. What do you say the reason is? Because you had brought up a point. What do you say the reasoning for before the accident? Earl Spence had did, I think, $300,000 with Sean Porter. He had the accident. He had all that publicity, whether good or bad, but he had the publicity. When he comes back to fight Danny Garcia, he do just over $200,000. Why is that?
That's sour taste. Them ain't the fights the real bosses of boxing won't. You know, we don't want to see you. And I'm gonna say it like this: I got to give Earl Spence credit, right? I really do, y'all, because you know, for him coming off that extreme car wreck and to get in there with a guy like Danny Garcia, right? That's admirable of him. I think to this day, in my Deontay Wilder voice, I think that might be the best victory. Without on his resume, without fuck a championship belt. This motherfucker ain't no way he should have been back in that ring. But I agree with you though. It's because I think it was an admirable fight, him fighting Danny Garcia, but that's not the fight we wanted. And the real bosses of boxing, we showing up and we showing out. That's why I say Ugas, like nobody don't know who Ugas is. Like, really? I mean,
shit is pathetic, bro.
That's for Manny Pacquiao. I still don't know.
Nah. And that pay-per-view didn't do shit. And that was Manny's last goddamn fight.
Yeah,
so that should have been a selling point. People didn't want it, man.
That lets you know, man, the pay-per-view model is dead, man. They need to do away with it. Yeah. I mean, it's dead the way they construct it.
I'm sorry.
Now, I was just saying it's dead the way they construct it. Like you said a minute ago, if you put these fights on Fox or ESPN, whatever, let millions and millions of people see, you get more eyeballs to the TV. You get more notoriety. That way you get more people knowing who you are, and you can build these fights more and more. So it can be a pay-per-view fight. You know what I mean? It's just like, for lack of a better term, you say wrestling and shit. You do all this shit during the week, but then you wait for the pay-per-view when you get the big fight. So, it's the same shit, man, all over and over again, man. They don't see it that way. They don't want to pay the money. They want us to pay it.
Good point. Hey, yo, fellas, we got somebody new on the panel. Shout out to my boy Joe Cool. You're live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holla at me, fam.
What's up, y'all? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. How are you, buddy?
All right, good. This Joseph Bailey. I just go by Joe Cool.
What up, Joe Cool?
Oh, what's up, Joe?
I appreciate you for tapping in on the panel, my guy. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. It's just sad that, they don't give Bud the credit he deserved because he did everything right. And it's like he not complaining. He not worried about nothing, but he want the fight. He want the fights that he want. And it's sad that, you hear other boxing fans talk about how he should take less money to fight Spence. And it's like, Spence ain't even in the top, what, 3 or 4 or 5 of pound for pound, but Bud is. So it's like, why can't they just fight 50-50? I mean, Evander and Tyson fought for the same amount of money back in the day when they fought each other. So why can't they just fight, for the same amount of money? I mean, we all know Bud gonna beat him anyway, but they're gonna make every excuse in the book to say that, well, it's the accident. They're gonna blame the accident and they're gonna blame everything else. So it's like they just need to give Bud his credit, man. That's all I got to say.
Unfortunately, my brother, I don't think he's ever going to get his credit. Even if he beat Earl, even if he beat Keith, they going to find some way to move the goalpost because he's just that great.
Yeah, he's the most hated fighter I've seen, man, in today's boxing. That is. So I don't understand.
And B-Mac, not to cut you off, bro. He really don't do nothing outside of the ring to make you hate him. The man is a family man. He don't do shit, but look like he work out all the time, play Call of Duty, shoot his guns, go to his kids' wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, he's the prototypical, family guy. Why do they hate? He's not flashy. He don't wear a lot of jewelry. He don't talk shit unless you fuck with him. I mean, he's a man's man. I don't get it. I really don't get it, bro.
I don't either, man. I don't either, man. I don't understand why you don't like Bud. I can understand why you like Earl Spence, and you like Earl Spence over Terence Crawford. That's fine because people are fans of what they fans for. But to not like Bud, man, it ain't nothing that Bud did for you not to like him, man. I'm sorry, man. I just don't see that, me personally, man, for you not to like him, man. I don't see that.
There's nothing not to like about him inside of the ring either, because even though he's a boxer that'll knock your ass the fuck out.
Exactly.
So he's giving you boxing, he's giving you skills, and he's taking chances in the ring to knock your ass out. The same shit that we used to get on Florida about by not taking the risk and, just boxing 8-4, 9-3 and just getting out of there skating, going to the club and shit. Bud ain't worried about none of that. Bud trying to knock your ass out.
Exactly.
And he still don't get the credit. I don't get it, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, for him to be an exciting fighter. And one thing I do agree about what B-Mac was saying, everybody loved Bud before he came to the welterweight division.
Right.
It was like, once he got to the welterweight division, I was looking at some channels, and it was from other black folks. They was dogging Terence Crawford out for the simple fact of the matter, he was in the welterweight division. And then those same people was getting mad when people were talking junk about Deontay Wilder, and they were screaming racism. But I was like, damn, y'all screaming racism, but y'all talking racism again, on Terence Bud Crawford.
Yeah, they're flaming hypocrites. But let me ask you this, Bo, not to cut you off, my bad, bro. Let me ask you a question. I think it's deep into that. Do you think it's because he won't do interviews with most of these people on YouTube?
I did hear that from a couple of channels. They were saying, like, because Bud didn't give interviews with some YouTube content creators, a lot of them were mad with Bud, so they just start slandering him.
I mean, but if the nigga don't want to do an interview, he just don't want to do it. I mean, I get it. Everybody ain't with the whole, shaking hands and smiling and fake shit all the time. I get it.
I wonder if it's one of those pages that said he was the most overrated boxer. I seen one on YouTube. I'm like, man, y'all stupid or you dumb?
Hey, man,
like, what you talking about?
That shit need to delete their channel, bro. They should be banned from talking about the sport of boxing.
It was one dude. Oh, my bad.
Go ahead, Bo. Go ahead.
It was one dude that was pro PBC at one point in time, and he was the main one slandering Bud Crawford, and he was slandering Bo Mac. But then all of a sudden, the same dude, that was pro PBC, somehow fell out of love with PBC because I guess they removed his credentials or whatever, and now.
I know exactly who you talking about.
You talking about barbershop?
That was our conversation.
Hold on, y'all. Hey, man, hold on, y'all. We can't get them suckers no clout on my
I ain't want to say his name.
we can't pop my name. We can't say he Thriller, the Black Picasso, and they shit. B-Mac Page, Boulder. So you understand? Like, I ain't trying to be rude, bro, but they ain't giving us no pub. So we know who y'all talking about. Go ahead. Go ahead, y'all. Finish making your point.
Oh yeah, Bowl. I remember. I know exactly what you're talking about, man. That's the whole thing. The thing is that these guys. Look, Earl Spence ain't like Earl Spence went over there and gave them all kinds of interviews and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he goes over there and do all these interviews. It's a PBC thing, man. These guys are aligned with that side. Okay, and Wilder was on that side. It's funny how, like you said just a minute ago, Joe, you said they want Bud to take a 60-40 or a pay cut, right?
Right.
Those same dudes was the same ones, like Bo said, was Wilder need to take 50-50. And Joshua had 3 belts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He need to have 50-50, man. That's bullshit. But then Bud, he got to take a pay cut because he ain't part of the PBC. See, Bud was the outsider. Everybody else was over there. The PBC don't get the same flag. Have you ever noticed that Dana Ugas, he got more respect as a 147-pounder than Bud Crawford did?
He got 12 knockouts. Like,
oh, talk that shit, B man.
You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. Had anybody ever said, "Oh, who the fuck did Ugas ever fight?" Nobody never
always
said
make
that.
that point, B-Mac.
Right.
You know what I'm
I always
saying?
make that point. Ain't nobody said shit about Ugas' credentials, his pay-per-view numbers, his 4 losses. Yeah,
Nobody said that. Nobody ever said, "Well, who the fuck Danny Garcia beat at 147?" Since you talking about who Bud beat at 147, well, who did Danny Garcia beat at 147? What was his best win? Who? Robert the Ghost Guerrero?
Or Ivan Redcash? Can I
Guerrero?
interest that?
Yeah,
Nigga that got carted out the goddamn ring against Regis Program.
Yeah, come on, man. See, that's the thing. These guys are not just Earl Spence fans. These guys and this fan base are all PBC fanatics.
right.
Okay, they ride with whatever is over there on
B-Man.
PBC. That's what they do. That's the
Hey,
thing.
B-Mac,
Bud
that was a
top
hell
right
of
there.
a
Go ahead.
motherfucking point you just made.
Thank
B-Mac,
you,
that
sir.
was a hell of a motherfucking point you just made when you stated about the Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder situation. God damn, that's a hell of a point. You just
Yeah, we talking about that the other night
God.
too.
That shit
Do
is
y'all know how
mind-blowing, bro.
powerful that motherfucking point that B-Mac just made? That was powerful, bro. I forgot about that shit. Whew.
Yeah. These guys kill me, man. They are fanatics of the PBC. If you're on the PBC, they fuck with you. You think about it. None of them channels and none of that. They don't like Eddie Hearn in Matchroom. They don't like the Bob Arum or none of that. They don't like Oscar De La Hoya. Everything is PBC. PBC fighters, PBC. That's what they rock with. So if you're not PBC like Bud isn't, they talk shit about you. And by you got what Charlo and the Charlo boys and Earl Spence. They from Texas. They got huge states. So you got them, those folks loving them over there. And then you got Deontay Wilder was they black man, they king, the heavyweight, champion at the time. And they ride for and they ride for and they ride for. Al Heyman is a black man that you never see, but he's the invisible man. But they rock with him too. You know what I'm saying? And anybody else. You see how they turned on Keith Thurman real quick when it was time for Earl Spence. Like, we're gonna turn on him real quick, but they didn't turn on him fully when it was time for him and Bud Crawford, right? They got back on the Keith Thurman bandwagon when it was Bud Crawford time to fight him. They didn't take Bud's side, they took Keith Thurman's side.
And straight up, how Thurman really gonna look Saturday, man? He gonna look average, like he always do. He ain't gonna do nothing explosive or spectacular at all. I don't see him doing nothing but going 12 rounds and win by decision and look unimpressive. And it's like, just retire, dude, because don't nobody want to fight you, man.
We'll see. We'll see. I have no idea. Your guess is better than mine, Joseph, to be honest with you.
Because he didn't look good against Pacquiao. I mean, that was 3 years ago?
Yeah, damn near 3 years ago.
Damn yeah.
I'm like,
damn near 3 years ago. 931 days in counting. Nigga
That's a
still
long
like,
time.
If
Shit,
you
it took
do
a
win,
goddamn
E, who
body. It
you
took a body 391 days to heal. Or
Is that
900, how
you
many
said what
days?
Mosquito say?
It
What'd
took,
he
it
say?
took him 930. It took him 931 days to heal from that damn body shot in the 10th round.
Yeah.
exactly?
Oh, Cito?
Nah, Pacquiao, shit.
Yeah. Pacquiao did touch him up. You're right. I forgot. You're right.
Yeah, that body shot, he the motherfucker pulled the mouthpiece out, started running around the ring.
Yeah, Keith
When
Thurman
he
on
got
that
dropped in the
nigga.
first round, I was like, he ain't gonna win this fight. When he got knocked down in the first round, I'm like, he
Man,
ain't
that
winning.
nigga got knocked down by a jab. I'm like, shit. I picked Keith Thurman to win that fight. I'm like, you fucking the money up.
He
But people
talked all
forget
that
he
shit
was
too
talking about
before
he
the
gonna
fight.
crucify Pacquiao in the
Yeah.
leading up to it. I'm gonna crucify this man. I'm like, no, you ain't.
Yeah.
He kept talking about the man got the dinosaur arms and all this shit, man. That nigga turned
the
your ass up with a
T-Rex.
jab.
Yeah, the T-Rex.
I'm gonna fit your ass to sleep experts, man. Get the fuck out of here, Keith. That nigga full of shit.
Oh man,
You
that
fuck
shit was
around and lose to
hilarious,
Barrios.
man.
I'm gonna be laughing like a motherfucker too.
Oh
Yeah,
god. If Mario
I wouldn't be
Barrios with his
surprised.
ass. Wow.
Shoot, he better not get dropped by Barrios one time. I'm glad. I'm like,
Man, that shit gonna be funny, boy.
Hey,
Motherfucker, but get on the first flight back to Kathmandu. Get the fuck out the States. He lose to Barrios. Especially if he gets stopped. You better move out there a little later to Kathmandu.
hypothetically,
man.
y'all think
All
if Bud was signed with Don King, you think Don King would have got this fight done? If Don King was promoting Bud, just hypothetically, like if he was
I
promoting,
think he might could have rounded the money up from investors or something just because of his. Well, he done burned so many bridges. Ain't no telling who.
Yeah, I don't think so, bro. I don't think Don King can pull this shit out.
You mean Don King now or Don King back in the day?
but
Don
back
King
in I know back in the
yeah.
I don't think Don King can pull this off, Joe Cool.
Yeah.
They blackballed him when he on the way out or whatever. Yeah, last champion he had who Corey Spinks or who's the last champion?
Wasn't Bab with him for a little bit?
It was Corey Spinks.
Yeah.
No, he got
was.
M'Baku. Don't he got
Corey Spinks.
Talking about the Makuba dude. That's about that one.
Don King, he still promote?
Yeah, he promoted that fight last weekend, bro. IOPBA was out there.
What?
Yeah,
what? Don King still.
Yeah, he still promoting.
Yeah, man.
He with Macaboo.
He got Macaboo, man. Macaboo is champion.
Only in America.
He about to be champion list in a minute.
Yeah. Don King can sneak something in there some kind of damn way, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Don King can sneak something. He's sneaking in there some kind of damn way. That's for sure.
I didn't even watch that nigga fight. I need to go back and watch that fight. Somebody was telling me that he looked terrible. I'm gonna go back and watch it. Do that tomorrow.
Macabu or whatever.
Yeah, somebody
he got some power.
Fight him because he sucks.
Man, he looked horrible in that fight, man. That's a fight. He actually lost that fight. You know what I'm saying?
He lost. He really lost.
Yeah,
really?
In my opinion, I thought he lost that fight. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Canelo, my guy Canelo, man, you can't fight that dude, bro.
And the thing with him, he can't even fight on the back foot. The dude was missing shots and whatnot. I was like, come on. Like, this is the guy that they trying to promote.
Hey, man, Canelo, it's going to be a bad look if you take that fight, bro. Just leave that shit alone, Canelo. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I can't defend the Canelo. I ain't watched the fight yet, bro. But please don't fight that nigga. Please.
You know, man, so funny, man, that they had to bring that tells you where Keith Thurman is at, though, honestly. If they bring in Mario Barrios, they tell you where he's at right now. Honestly, man. Think about it, man. A guy who's never fought welterweight at all and coming off a loss, a knockout loss, and they give him to Keith Thurman on a comeback fight. Like, that tell you where they feel that Keith Thurman is at right now.
Yep.
You know, just by the scheduling. That lets you know exactly where he's at right now. So it's one of them shit. It might be a 50-50 fight, man.
We gonna find out Saturday.
Yeah, we're gonna find out Saturday. Yeah, Josito Lopez.
It's gonna be funny.
Flashback.
Put it this way, the undercard gonna be better than the main event.
Who Santa Cruz fighting? I forgot.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I forgot who we
I'd
fighting
have
too.
forgot too.
Yeah, I forgot, bro.
Yeah, did they did Oscar Valdez sign that contract yet?
Nope. Last time I heard, he ain't signed it.
No.
Nah, it's not signed. I thought it was signed, sealed, and delivered, but apparently it's not, according to Shakur. So he
Yeah,
probably about to
'cause
duck that dude, man. He having second thoughts.
I heard him bitching about, not signing. I heard like maybe ring size or something might have been a problem or something.
I don't know what it is, bro.
Yeah. So we haven't heard no word on that. We ain't heard no word on Earl Spence and Udanis Ugas.
According to Michael Benson on Twitter, they're saying that they might be fighting on April the 16th.
Might be.
Yeah, might be.
It's February.
Yeah, that's
God
a
damn, bro.
That's a
shit.
They do
man.
everything last minute, bro.
When they gonna get?
They just confirmed the Castano and Charlo fight. It's in LA now.
Wow.
So they moved it from Texas. Now it's in LA, which ain't a bad thing for Castano.
Well, I think that's one of the things Castano wanted. He wanted to be out of Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, Ronald Finkel said, the Colleen Carbajal. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that, Ron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Carbajal. Yeah.
Okay.
That don't make no damn sense, bro. Shit. Man, stream that shit, man. I don't, man.
Yeah. We definitely streaming this shit.
Yeah. This, oh my God, bro. So after this, what we got? After this, we ain't got shit, do we? Nothing confirmed, do we?
Nothing really confirmed. You're right. Besides Castano and Charlo.
And when is that? April, right?
I think it's in March, if I'm not
That's
mistaken.
March?
I think so.
When Ugas and Spence fighting in May?
They supposed to be fighting
in April.
So yeah, that's gonna be the following month.
Yeah, they're gonna start. They trying to stay off that May because they never probably know Canelo gonna do that. That first week of May on
Yeah, but they trying to secure that shit too. They trying to get that Canelo fight. So yeah, that's probably what they waiting on. See what Big Canelo gonna do before they make their moves with everybody else.
But shit, Canelo gonna fight on that month on that date. So you might as well just go ahead and sign up. You know what I mean? So that's shit. You might as well go ahead and sign up.
Southpaw Killer, shout out to him in the chat. He said Oscar is cycling off that tea, bro. Nigga on that herbal tea. It might be the comment of the night right there, man.
Yeah,
motherfucker. He got his ass kicked in his last fight too, in my opinion. Yeah, they gifted that nigga that fight. How do you say that dude named Conceial or whatever? I watched him last weekend.
Conceial.
That's how you say it, Conceial. Yeah, he's straight. Yeah, I feel like he beat Valdez, bro.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, if you look at the punch stat, I mean, he outlanded Valdez by like 60 damn punches and shit.
Yeah.
And they still robbed him.
Yeah, man.
I guess that's why his name is Robson.
He got robbed.
Boy, boxing can be a dirty game sometime, bro. Boxing can be a dirty game, bro.
Yes, sir. Well, fellas, we've been on this bitch for damn near 2 hours, man. Let's go ahead and wrap this show up and get on to the next one. Going out to Joe Cool. Closing thoughts, my brother.
Everybody stay safe. Keep rocking with Bud. Because everybody know he the truth. And the best pound fighter right now. Salute to everybody on the panel. Much respect.
Salute. I appreciate you for tapping in, Joe.
All right.
Hey, yo, Bo, closing thoughts, my brother.
Hey, man, another great show as usual, man. Thanks for having me on. And it's good to converse with everybody, man. Very, educational, discussions and stuff like that. And also subscribe to my boy B Mac new channel. If y'all haven't heard, the Mac Mob, I already subscribed to it. Took the first flight to the subscribe button. Bam. And definitely go out there. And if y'all want to subscribe to my page, Bold and Understanding.
Yes,
Other than that, thanks for having me on, E.
Anytime, my brother. Mosquito spray. It's on you, big bro. Closing thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, appreciate you having me on as usual, man. Good chopping
Anytime.
up with you fellas, and you know, just gonna see how things unfold, man. I mean, I do think if Thurman wins, it's better for boxing, of course, because fights are better with Keith Thurman in them than Mario Barrios. So we'll see how it goes. Just
Great
hope for
point.
the best. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to be positive about it at least.
Excellent point. You're right about that.
Yeah.
I would much rather see Keith Thurman and Bud versus Bud and Barrios.
Yeah.
Some shit like that. Or Barrios versus Spence. I appreciate that mosquito spray. B-Mac, the Mac Mob is on you, my brother. Close it
Hey, to everybody on the panel, man, my man Bold and Understanding, man, go sub up to my man Bold and Understanding, my man Mosquito Spray, my man Joseph Bailey that just came on, man. First time on, man. I appreciate you, man. My Mr. IOTBA for checking in on us, man. Also seen Blood Boxing in the house over there. Thanks for checking in on us, man.
Shout out to Blood.
You know what I'm saying? To everybody in the chat, man, who subbed up to the Mac Mob, I appreciate y'all. For those who didn't, man, please sub up to the Mac Mob, man. That's THEMACKMOBB, the Mac Mob, man. You know what I'm saying? The link is in the chat. And to my brother, E Thriller, the Black Picasso, okay? Because he paint the pictures so vividly with the words. You understand? My man, much love, appreciation, and respect for you, man. I thank you, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, the like button for my man E Thriller, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even have a channel, man. I appreciate all of you guys, man. Thank you so much, man. And I'm looking forward, man, to more lives and more work and more channel and more camaraderie, man. More boxing talk, man. Love you guys all. Mosquito Spray, everybody. I see y'all there, Big Fish. And one more thing, I know you ain't here, man. WJ Lucky. I appreciate that a cash out, man. I got you.
WJ, man.
WJ, I know you around here somewhere, but if you're listening, shout out to you, man. I appreciate that. And Mr. Golden, one more time, man, for him, man. I appreciate everybody. Thanks so much, man. I'm out.
Hey, B-Mac, before I let you go, bro, I got to put you on the spot. When is your first official video or live stream going to be? And once again, I put the link to B-Mac's new channel. Make sure y'all go sub up and ring that noti bell. Can you let the people know when you're going to go live, sir?
I'm going to probably be going live next week. Getting things together. We're probably going to go live next week, man. But listen out for for a video, man, when the upcoming days, man. I'm gonna make out something for you guys, man. But we're gonna go live next week, man. I'll have a date the next time we check in, man. I appreciate it. But next week, man, we're gonna go live.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, B-Mac, man. As always, man, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Yes, sir. Anytime, my brother. For tapping in on the panel with me, Bo, the Mac Mob, Mosquito Spray, Joe Cool, of course, Mr. 214. Who else was on the panel? I forgot, man. Shout out to
Joan Turner.
Miss Joan Turner, all the ladies. Shout out to my lady subs. I don't have that many, but the very few that I have, I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. Until next time, we gone. Holla.
The Black Picasso cleaning up the sport of boxing, speaking facts over the gossip. Haters all up in the comments. I ain't here to be liked, but smash that like and noti button. We don't sugarcoat nothing, just healthy boxing discussions. E Thriller, painting these pictures oh so vivid. Applying Duke, Coach K, that straight full court pressure. Only God could judge me, so tell these chumps ducking smoke. Remember one thing that the boxing guys don't like: ugly. Shut out Big Fish and everybody that joins the panel. For all my new supporters, sub to the channel. Like Floyd say, it's easy work. That bait jab with that left hook send them straight to sleep. Experts, we the experts. We never sugarcoat. Tune in to Black Picasso. Sit back, enjoy the show. Enjoy the show.